Hi, this is Elsie Clemens here. Welcome back to my channel, and we are in week 3 or 4, I should say, of the vlog series. And man, did I have a massive week. So I had to change. I'm changing up my writing schedule as needed. I have the opportunity to work overtime 3 days a week. So, or actually 5 days a week, but I'm only working 3 because I don't want to kill myself. So I'm trying to take full advantage of that schedule. If you hear some noises, don't mind it. It's my roommate's actually listening to watching sports next door, so can't do nothing about that because I don't have a soundproof studio. But anyway, with the changing of the writing schedule, I decided to change some things up a bit. The first thing is, I'm going to be writing in the morning compared to nighttime, at least until, the job ends and I'm no longer working and I'm in between that, weird period where you're looking for work and you're not working. So for at least an hour or two before work, before I go in for overtime especially, I'm going to work on my book and do writing sprints. Writing sprints are actually very helpful for me. I notice I can write for a sprint at a time, continue to eat, or, check, there's all the noise out there. Check my emails or what have you, and then go back to writing. With that type of structure in mind, it kind of gives my brain a chance to fully wake up and prepare itself for the day of this high stress work environment I'm in, and to also give it extra time to do my writing. So it works out in its favor. And also I noticed I'm probably going to have this Poseidon book 1 done by the end of February. At first, when I was writing it, I had up to 42 chapters were summarized and outlined. Now that I'm going through it and I'm reading a whole bunch more than what I used to do, now we're looking at it's going to be less than 42 chapters. I can safely guarantee it will be less than 42 chapters. And it's kind of invigorating to feel this way, that I'm kind of getting back into the groove from taking a month off of work. Now I'm back into the groove of how I want to do my structure, how I want to do my writing. The other thing is I've been reading more, and I'm reading outside of the genre. There's this writer called Neil Gaiman. I don't know if you heard him. He did Sandman. He did American Gods. He did I believe he did what was that thing with David Tennant? Oh, darn it, he played the devil. He played the demon. But anyway, Beyond Good. No, it's not Beyond Good and Evil. Something Good and Evil. But anyway, it's on Amazon. My brain cells are a little bit fried because it's late. But yeah, I'm taking Neil Gaiman's advice. One of his writing advices is, and I'm a big Neil Gaiman fan, so I've been quoting him in a couple of my other videos, but if you want to write in the genre that you want to write in, you don't read the books in the genre you write in. And I think I know why he says that. From someone who personally used to write fan fiction, I can tell you why he told you that. Imagine writing a Harry Potter fan fiction and writing just like J.K. Rowling, but then when you want to write your own stuff, you're still writing just like J.K. Rowling. That's kind of what he means in that particular perspective. You want to write in the genre. You don't want to write in the genre or read the book in the genre you want to write in. Currently, I'm reading, the first book I read was The Cruel Prince, which, by the way, was completely different than what I was expecting. Yes, it's still a fantasy series. Yes, it's a YA series, but it's completely different than what I was expecting. I'm expecting some World War II romance. I'm expecting warring factions. I'm expecting werewolves and vampires. No, they're fairy people. And I don't mean Tinkerbell fairy people. I'm talking about the Gaelic, Irish, possibly Scottish, mythical creatures. There's no unicorns in this, as far as I know. Maybe because I'm starting to read book 2, maybe there is a unicorn. But right now, I haven't read a unicorn yet in this series. There are trolls, there are goblins, and they all have a role in the series. And it's about a girl who, there is romance in the story, but it's not the overarching factor. She's living in the fairy world. She's not living in the human world. So I think that's where it kind of draws me in, because this is a human living in the fae world rather than the human world. So she can't take the conventional thoughts and feelings of a teenager and apply it to this world. She'll be murdered, for lack of a better term. So she has to do things differently. She has to do things independently in her own way. And I think that's a good story. I'm not a booktuber. You know, I tried to do one booktube book and kind of failed, but the Cruel Prince book was really good. Now I'm reading the second book. I only read the first chapter, which was a prequel, a prologue to the mindset that her adoptive father gave her, and we go up to now, and it's really interesting, the mindset of these people, you know, and the intricacies and the politics. Like, the woman who wrote this book, I get my hats off and I applaud her. She I'm rubbing my nose because I'm having my nose wants to have an allergy attack, and I'm trying not to have one on video. But yeah, it's a really good series, and that actually propelled my writing on such a level, because the book has nothing to do. I'm doing a urban per post, the book's in an urban fantasy setting, but just switch. Oh, there we go. It's not an urban fantasy, but it's set in a way where there's a romance. I don't know how to explain it right now, but it's urban fantasy. It's post-apocalyptia, meaning it took place after the whole mindset of the world I'm writing. It took place after a huge disaster, and humanity is still repopulating itself, but there are other creatures inside this world that were the result of the fallout. So it's sort of like Fallout, I guess, with civilization. I don't know how to describe it. I guess because I'm rambling, but this is the second take of my video confidentially. I messed up the first take. But, yeah, I'm doing much better taking Neil Gaiman's advice by just reading something outside my genre. It keeps my brain active when it comes to writing, but it also gives me the fulfillment of reading a different writing style. So a lot of things that Neil Gaiman has said has actually worked for me up until this point. I mean, I'm not gonna just do everything Gaiman tells me to do, obviously, but a lot of his writing advice kind of works for me. The second thing I'm doing is, when it comes to Neil Gaiman, I want to take his masterclass. It's only I think it's 99, maybe $100, which is 10 times cheaper than a writer's conference I could have gone to. I have to spend money for the hotel, money for transportation, and money on food. So those three things I'm saving on. It's at home. I can easily take this class during my time off of work. And it also gives me access to other writers like Judy Blume. Judy Blume's on there. R.L. Stine. I'm not sure if Stephen King's on there. I have to look again. And Margaret Atwood. They're all on this masterclass. And it's actually cheaper for me to take the masterclass rather than... I mean, there is drawbacks. You don't get to meet other writers. You know, like, writer conferences are great for meeting other writers, meeting agents, and editors, because I got a whole card holder full of writers, editors, and other people and agents that I've actually met at the writers conference, but I'm planning on bowing out this year due to my financial situation. So I thought taking the masterclass would be better, because with me taking the masterclass, I can at least still get the fulfillment of learning more about writing while taking notes from somebody who's reputable. Not saying everybody goes to a writer's conference is a scam artist or anything like that, because I know that's what's going to be said in the comments, but no, that's not what I mean. You get the master class, or the experience, or the learning that you can get from a writer's conference through masterclass. Masterclass isn't for everybody. It's sort of like taking an online class. I've taken online classes before, so I'm comfortable with it, but some people rather be in a classroom with other people, so I get that. So I'm probably going to do a vlog series about the Neil Gaiman masterclass to see how I feel about it and see if I could take some notes, but that's down the line. Now, the other thing is, I'm debating if I'm going to keep my website. to be honest, I only use the website to post my YouTube videos and have my Burberry pod link go straight to Apple Podcasts. But at the same time, I'm already paying a host for my podcast at Spreaker. I'm paying for HostGator, and I'm paying for GoDaddy. And those three alone is a big money grab. I'm talking about spending almost $400 a year on something I barely use. So I don't barely use it. I use it twice a month to post my podcast and market it out. But then the more I think about it, the less relevant it's almost like the website is. Basically, the good thing is I've designed the website myself. I mean, it's not the greatest website. Once you click on the links, it looks very basic, but I'm not a website person. I have a brother who does that, but he's not good at WordPress. He does Wix. That's what he learned how to use, was Wix. So I can't really ask him to go on my WordPress website and make it look awesome. I can't ask him to do that because it's on a different type of web browser, which is WordPress. I use WordPress, he uses Wix. And all I do is I post my podcast episodes, I put a title on there, I put the description in, I try to put the categories in there, I put all the little description things so you can find my stuff on my website. And then it also links me to Blog2Social, which is an app I can use to post my audio podcast, not my video podcast, my audio podcast, to not just iTunes, but it also propels it to Twitter and Reddit and my Tumblr page. But here's the thing, with the way media goes these days, it seems like almost like I'm better off just posting the Spreaker and then taking the link in there and posting it individually to each website. Because yes, Blog2Social actually makes things a little easier, but at the same time, I'm paying for this. And the service, it's just kind of gotten monotonous and boring. Why am I paying for something that nobody's going to, you know? Actually, if you guys, the only website, and I've seen other author tubers who have these really cool websites, like Kate Kavanaugh's website's pretty cute. And so is By the Brook, it's not Ashland Wrights. I think it's Ashland Wrights. It might be somebody else. Tamara Woods. You know, people who actually publish have pretty good websites, and I'm just sitting here with a bleh website. So I'm in a debate if I'm really gonna keep it or not for this year. I might just get rid of it for financial purposes. It's probably the smartest thing I could probably do. And if you guys have websites, I would like to hear about it and see. And I want to know: do you guys hire somebody to do your websites? Do you do it yourself? Is it easier not to have a website? Because I go to author websites, and a lot of people who I've seen, like Tracy St. John, who wrote her Aliens of Calcor series, she doesn't seem to keep up on her website. She might post her book in the description, but then when you click on link, she's gonna go straight to Kobo, or you're gonna go straight to Amazon or wherever place she publishes. Same with what was her name? August St. Clair. No, I think it was August St. Clair. Darn it, what is her name? I cannot think of names right now. It's like my brain's going on me. Jill, she's the one who wrote the Heaven Sent series, which is one of my favorite book series. She has all her books. She barely updates her website. I think she goes on there to give her updates on how far she is on Scrivener and how far she is on her book and when the book's going to be released and, you know, other housekeeping things. But excuse me, I'm so tired today. But the fact of the matter is a website really that relevant? You know, like, what's the point of keeping a website open if, one, you're not going to update it, and two, is it really needed? I mean, we got Instagram now to spread your story around. We got Amazon with their marketing purposes. You got Kobo. You got why am I saying Spreaker? I don't have my notes in front of me. This is what's probably irking me right now. It's script writers. No, it's a little symbol with somebody's holding a book in their hands like this the whole time. It's not screenwriters. It's we have Book Baby. We got a couple of other. It begins with an S. It's gonna hit me later, but we have other venues. You don't really need a website like you used to anymore. I mean, like I said, write in the comments below. Please, you know, if you have a website, put up in your description and your send your website link to me and let me look at it. You know, what are you guys doing to make your website more to have more volume, have more people come there. And I don't mean that one like podcasting 101 stuff. I'm talking about like if you're, you know, if you were an e-publisher or your book or your traditional publisher, do you have a website? Are you able to send me links, you know, in your comments below? I want to see your website, see what you guys are doing to make your websites relevant, because right now I'm thinking about getting rid of mine. I truly am. Whew. And with that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please give a like in a comment. Give a like, subscribe to my channel, put a like down in this, put some comments down below if you have a critique. My website, which is still up right now, it's lonewolfchat.com. Give a look at it. If you have a critique about the website, go ahead and leave it in the description box below. I also have a donation page, which is ko-fi.com /LC Clements. If you like what I'm doing, please leave a donation, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again in the next video.